I recently read a book called The Blue Zones by Dan Buettner. This is the Earth, our planet. It's not accurate. The land doesn't look like in real life. The shapes of the land isn't correct, but this is the Earth, our planet. And the idea of this book is that in a few areas on the Earth, there are people that live very long. Their life from a baby to an old person, at the end they die. The lives of the people in these areas is very long. And the idea of the book is to find out why these people in these areas have such long lives. What do they do that helps them live so long? Usually it's talking about people who live into their 90s, or even people who reach 100 years old, or more than 100. In other areas of the Earth, outside the blue zones, there are also people that live to 90 or 100. There are people within the population that have long lives, but the percentage of those long-lived people within the whole population is low. It's low. In these blue zones, the percentage is higher. There's more people, a higher percentage of people within the population that live long lives. And the book wants to find out why. What's different about these areas, these blue zones. The idea of the book, what it finds out, is that the environment is different. The environment is where a person is, where we are. When we're at home, in the house, our environment is our house. For example, I don't live in a house. I live in a building, an apartment building. So there are many apartments in the one building. Each of these is like a house, but they're all in the same building. So my environment, living in an apartment building, is different to someone who lives in a house, where the other people around them live in their own house, not in the same building. It's a different environment. People who live in cities, in a city, they live in a different environment to a small a small village in the country. These are different environments. So the idea of the book is that these people live so long because their environment affects how they live, what they do during their life. If you live in a city, maybe everything is very close. Everywhere you need to go is close. You can go anywhere walking within maybe 10 minutes or 20 minutes. So you don't have to use a car. You don't have to drive a car because you can get anywhere by walking. In the country, though, everything is very far from everything else. So maybe to get to work or to go and buy food, you need a car. You have to have a car. And walking is better than driving a car for your health, for how long you live. It's healthier, it's better for you to walk than driving a car. So the environment in which we live, the different environments, affect what we do. For example, whether we walk or take the car, and this affects our health. We don't make a decision and think, I have to decide, do I drive a car or do I walk to get to where I want? We don't think and make a decision. We have to do it one way or the other way because of where we live, because of our environment. It's unavoidable. If I'm in the country, probably I'm not going to walk 2 hours. If to get to work, the place where I work, I would have to walk 2 hours. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to use the car to get there in 20 minutes. It's not really a choice. The environment has already made the choice, has already decided what I'm going to do. So the advice offered by this book is that you should change your environment, how you live, where you live. One example before I go is from my life. I said earlier that I live in an apartment building. This apartment building has a ground floor, a first floor, a second floor, and a third floor. I live in an apartment on the third floor. My apartment is on the third floor. So whenever I want to leave the building, leave my apartment, I have to go down. But there's no elevator in the building. This is an elevator. You can get in, press a button, and go up or down. There's no elevator in my building. So to go down and leave, I have to take the stairs. And because my apartment's on the 3rd floor, I have to walk down or up quite a lot of stairs. This is very good for your health, But I don't choose to use the stairs. There's no other option. There's only the stairs. Maybe if there was an elevator, I would use the elevator more often or always. I don't think so. I think sometimes I'd have the discipline to choose the stairs because I think I want to be healthy, I want to be strong, but sometimes, other times, I'd use the elevator because I'm tired or lazy. But because I live in this environment on the 3rd floor of an apartment building without an elevator, the choice is made for me. I don't make a choice. I choose that I want to go out or I want to come back. That's the choice I make. I don't choose how I'm going to do that. Am I going to take the stairs? Am I going to use the elevator? I don't choose that. My environment has forced the choice on me. It's a good choice for my strength, my health. That's just a little example of how a difference in environment over time, small difference can turn into a big difference, because walking up and down the stairs every day for a year. So this year is 2023, the next year is 2024. I've been living in this apartment for less than a year. I moved into the apartment last year in 2022, about December 2022. So nearly a year now. And having to walk up and down the stairs every day for a year makes you very fit and healthy and strong. So small improvements from a difference in your environment can lead to big changes. And that's the idea of the blue zones. And it's advice how you can improve your life by small changes in your environment. It doesn't have to be moving to an apartment without an elevator. There's lots of different ideas that can improve your life. You just have to think, what could I do? How could I change my environment? How could I change my home where I live? How could I change it to make my life over time a bit better. All right. See ya. Did you like this video? If you want, you can help me to make more videos. You can support me on Patreon. The link is in the description below.